Hey you! Yes you! Are you a nostalgia freak? Do you yearn for a simpler time? Then the WOC archive is the place for you. We've got footage from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Culled from an old tape trader's collection bought off Craigslist. You'll find obscure and lost TV, news, interviews, music, sports, and everything in between. And it's all with original commercials. Every day a new tape, every day a new adventure. Subscribe today to the WOC archive.
And now back to
Harlem Globetrotters.
feature presentation.
Hello, welcome to the show. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We've got Saved by the Bell. No, we don't have Saved by the Bell. We've got Gilligan's Island and the Harlem Globetrotters, or rather the Harlem Globetrotters on Gilligan's Island, a made-for-TV movie from 1981 that features just what it sounds like, the Harlem Globetrotters hanging out with Gilligan on his island.
Before you give me shit for looking at my phone in a second here, I'm actually just looking up if Harlem Globetrotters ever appeared on Saved by the Bell. So I'm still listening. Don't worry.
I bet you they did. They did. And you know what? That's important information. So look away.
What show were they not on? I'm sure the Harlem Globetrotters even appeared on the 700 Club. I mean,
I mean, yeah, I bet. I mean, that's not as weird as you think.
I hope Dustin Diamond and Mark Paul Gosselaar are on the Washington Generals now.
I'm gonna say that Dustin Diamond is not.
Yeah, yeah, Dustin Diamond definitely isn't.
I'm sure he's not playing for anyone.
R.I.P.
Is he dead or in jail? I can never
remember. Dead.
R.I.P.
jail. Now he's dead.
I'd like to welcome special guest Mike from They Might Be Movies. Thank you for joining us and bringing the house down, reminding us that Screech is dead.
Wait, did you say bringing the house down?
Yes.
Oh, Bringing Down the House. That's my favorite Queen Latifah, Eugene Levy, Steve Martin film.
Come on, you're not fooling anybody.
Who that? Who that?
Bringing Down the House.
Yeah, I was so excited to see that you were playing Harlem Globetrotters and Gilligan's Island. My family watched this on its original broadcast debut in, I think,
awesome.
82, 83, 84?
It says it's from 1981. Did you remember watching it?
Were you even alive? You weren't alive then.
I was barely alive. So you know what? It might have been a repeat later on.
It says May 15th, 1981.
Okay.
Sorry to dash your childhood memories.
Well, that's a dang shame.
Was it just a TV special, or was it an episode? Because the show was long since over already, right?
Yeah, the show was long since over, and they did a couple of TV movies. This being one of them,
where they left the island, then came back, made the island into a resort.
Yeah, exactly. So this is when it's a resort. It is wonderfully, wonderfully bad. And the Harlem Globetrotters do some great tricks. And what more can you ask for from a TV special?
Yeah, it's amazing they got as much legs out of Gilligan's Island as they did. And this was not intended to be the final one. Sherwood Shwartz wanted the next movie to be called, not Gilligan in Space, which was the cartoon that came later, but Gilligan in Prison or something like that.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's the only place that you could put Gilligan.
Gilligan in Guantanamo Bay. But it was going to be
something where the island becomes like some penal colony or something like that. I can't remember the concept. But the ratings
Gilligan,
weren't up to snuff.
Wolf of the SS.
Yes. Yeah, so Ilsa was going to play the third iteration of
Perfect.
Ginger. And,
Oh,
that would be
what a
amazing.
mashup that would have been.
Wow.
All right. Well, let's remember some of the awesomeness that was Gilligan by looking back on what it would have been like to have watched an episode back in the 60s when it aired originally. I have a couple of prints, they're recorded to tape, obviously, but they're from original TV prints. And this one aired on December 5th, 1966. So if you were watching on December 5th, 1966, these are the commercials that you would have seen.
I think best quoted, someone once said Gilligan's Island was less a sitcom and more a live-action cartoon.
Brought to you by
Yeah, 100%.
Top Job. With ammonia, its deep cleaning formula is made to clean so deep
good old
down.
ammonia.
Top Job.
Floors brighten up.
That's like the Top Cat of jobs.
That's all I could think of too. It's weird. It's like, how do I make a reference to Top
Nooey
Cat?
Nooey from Kellogg's. New Kellogg's Puffa Rice.
Whoa.
The Kellogg's are bringing you new kind of breakfast cereal.
This could only be advertised on Gilligan's Island. Everyone else.
Kellogg's Puffa Rice. Yummy, yummy, a digga, bo, bo. You catch
Digga, digga, boo, boo.
flavor oceans of energy. Kellogg's oceans of
Culturally questionable here, I
The
think.
song's so catchy, I don't mind the cultural appropriation as much as I thought.
I just Puffa Rice feels very inappropriate.
Sweeten the island way with brown
I mean,
sugarcane sugar.
I can accept it because it's really not
nourishment
referencing
of iron,
anything.
niacin, and thiamine.
Like, sounds like it might be.
Yummy, yummy, a digga,
It's one of those things where like you have to be ignorant enough to think that people like Samoans talk like that to recognize what that is.
Yeah, right.
At your grocer's.
Wow.
Gilligan's Island has been brought to you by Kellogg's, the best to you each morning. From Kellogg's of Battle
And could
Creek.
there be more and more iconic theme song to any sitcom?
It's
Well,
true.
Sherwood Shwartz himself, for anyone who doesn't know, like the creator and producer of Gilligan's Island, also wrote, like Dennis Waterman, wrote the theme tune, sung the theme tune. Like he was a real Renaissance man.
It's an amazing theme. Like
I think that's how a lot of those shows had to be done back then. The showrunner was the like owner of the show. It's one of those things where if someone did that in a show now, they would put their name 27 times in the credits. They just didn't bother to do that back then because you just sort of figured there was only like 20 people max that could work on a show like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
outside of
fair.
maybe the cast.
Well, yeah, when it's like a Sherwood Schwartz production, that means that he oversaw absolutely everything. Just like Roddenberry oversaw absolutely everything with Star Trek. That's just how they did it back then.
I actually quickly looked up what the next TV movie was supposed to be. It was not the Gilligan Penal Colony idea. It was the next movie was going to be called Murder on Gilligan's Island.
Oh, well, yeah, naturally.
And
Yeah, she's dead all right. How could you tell? Honestly, I was just guessing.
All right. So, well, I'm happy that you brought up the amazing theme song from Gilligan's Island. So I have a TV special. It's a Gilligan's Island reunion from the Late Show, which was Fox's like competition for against the Tonight Show with Carson, where they took Joan Rivers and gave her a talk show, and then that sullied the relationship between Joan Rivers and Carson. But by this point, she had long gone. They had given the show to Arsenio Hall for a season. That wasn't doing well. And then they gave it to this guy named Ross Schaefer. If you've ever heard of Ross Schaefer. Yeah, of course. Of course, Adam knows who this is. So here's...
You'd recognize him.
You'll recognize him. So here's a segment from that reunion special. I think is quite appropriate.
this guy, yeah.
Gilligan's Island reunion, but I want to do one thing. Now they don't know we're going to do this. I want to
He
go
was
to
a
the
fill-in
audience,
like 80s game
and
show
I want
host
to
after,
find
or
out
90s
if
after this.
anybody in our audience can still sing the theme song. Okay?
He reminds me kind of the dude from Supermarket
All right,
Sweep.
let's see. Why don't you come
Yeah.
out? You can stand right up there, and I'll come in. What is your name, sir?
He's kind of a mix of
Wait
like
a minute,
all
one
the
second
game
here,
show
Jeff.
hosts from the
All right,
80s.
Yeah, 100%. And what a
From
great
Eugene,
Cosby
right?
sweater he has.
Okay, do you want me to give you a
Japanese
little start
flag?
on the theme song? No.
I genuinely love this guy's Tokyo Olympic
Because
sweater.
That's what
I
it
have
is,
the
right.
actual lyrics right here, and then we'll see how right you are. Okay.
It's just because you love karaoke.
tout petit bateau sur les eaux du Pacifique.
That's what's on there. Oh, that's backwards, you idiot. Oh, no. What do you speak English or what is?
Oh, they're doing a bit.
That's French.
That's French.
I was gonna say he's saying in French. I like that the host just called him an idiot.
Yeah, I know, right there. Yeah, that's wrong, you idiot.
That was very.
This would be right before Arsenio got a show. Can you imagine Arsenio having to do this? He'd be like, shut up and sit down.
All right, somebody else. I'm gonna go right down. I'll go right down here. Okay. Come on out here. Come on out
It's
here.
a
next
big
to me.
audience.
Huh? Oh,
Early
sure.
Fox
If that's the only
fans,
way
they
you
were
sing,
trying
you wanna sing
way
together?
too hard.
All right. What is your name?
Christina.
And you are?
Stacy.
Okay. Why don't I have you face this way so everyone at home can see you? Do you want me to start you out, or do you want to? Do you know what?
We can do it.
Okay. You can do it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna put the mic right in the middle of you. Okay.
1, 2, 3. Just sit right back and you hear a tale of a fateful trip that started on this hopping port aboard this tiny ship. The birds will
Come on, clap, Adam.
man, the skipper brave and sure.
Eat coconuts.
Passengers that sailed that night for a 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour.
3 hours.
3-hour tour, just like Star Trek was a 5-year voyage.
Tiny ship was tossed. If not for the courage of the fearless
Think of the
crew,
coconuts. When Mike said he had the professor's book, I thought it was a book written in character as the professor. So it was just telling you how to like make ham radios out of coconuts. Oh, what did they do at the end? What did I miss?
You guys, wait a minute. First of all, let's.
Apparently they got it wrong.
Very good.
Oh no. Oh, look at the guy in the tank top with the mullet on the lower left there. Amazing.
There is.
With like the
Okay,
casual,
first of all,
slower
folks,
clap
there
from the rest of the
is-
audience as he
Yeah.
chews his gum.
The guy
Trying to be so
There
cool.
is the whole
Amazing.
version. There is the whole version. Then we have some people, some professionals, who can sing this. 976 sing.
976 sing.
Who is this guy? Here on this just he looks a bit familiar.
I of course have to call the number 1976 sing.
I think he might be Grimace.
He looks like Grimace, you're right. And the way his hair is like blending into the background from the compression
Yeah.
makes him look like he's just a cone head.
Yeah. Kind of expecting the four of these guys to all have a beer in their hand and hear bang 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 ding ding bang ding 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 ding.
I like how the second guy's wearing a skipper cap slightly sideways and askew, like
Yeah.
all the kids did in the 90s when you wanted to look like a street skipper.
Yeah.
A street skipper. I feel like that means something I'm just not really aware of.
Might be. Let's not look that up in your prediction.
So the shorter, heavier guy, at one point he started dating Yoko Ono, and Yoko Ono would always come to the bar and order a cocktail served in a gentleman's hat with a flower.
Served in a skipper hat. 3 coconuts floating in a skipper hat in perfume.
That sounds great. What would that be called? The Gilligan?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. Not that creative,
Blob
but
Denver.
we'll
That's what
accept
it
it.
would be
A
called.
Bob Denver.
Blob Denver.
Bob Denver. The many loves of Dobie Gillis.
Yeah.
All right. So what tonight is the 23rd, based on what when this is airing. So that means that tomorrow is Terrible Fest. So we are currently at the dawn of Terrible Fest.
The dawn of Terrible Fest.
Yeah, it's the
And
dawn of
Wouldn't that be
Terrible.
a Terrible Fest Eve?
Yeah.
That is Terrible Fest Eve. Yes.
So
good point.
at midnight,
Terrible
leave out
Eve, one
your
might say.
cookies and some Crash Bandicoot energy drink for me, and I'll leave you all a present. 3 days of homemade, weird, underground backyard movies. Absolutely bizarre. At this point, since it's airing on the 23rd, there are no passes. You now have to pay a whopping $2 a movie. So at 6 o'clock tomorrow. So if anyone arrives early, I kind of don't really expect that. But if you do, I'll be playing a free movie. This is from a guy. Oh my God, I can't think of his last name. His first name is Luciano. And it's out of Brazil.
Pavarotti.
And it's Pavarotti. Yes, Luciano Pavarotti out of Brazil. And he made this bizarre movie over COVID with his kids. And it's so bizarre.
How bizarre. How
But it's a superhero movie based on a bunch of comic books he made for his kids.
Oh,
And
that's nice.
I like that.
he did the thing that a lot of homemade filmmakers are doing during COVID, where he just like connected with people online who made scenes for it, and then he just filmed his kids playing, but his kids weren't able to act. He didn't want to force them to act, and they were just wearing funny costumes and just playing. So then he just dubbed over explanations, but then this is when it gets weird. To make the plots that don't involve his kids, him and a couple of adult friends film scenes on a green screen, but what they're doing seems bizarrely adult for then the next scene to just be kids playing with paper towel rolls going, I am a ninja. And it just goes on and on. It feels like Gummo meets the Avengers.
Wow, what a pitch. All right,
well, that's why it's free. If you show up at 6 o'clock at Eyesore Cinema, you get to see this before anything else. It's called Monumental Super Kids.
Here's the trailer.
It's some wonderful music. So
that's a great. That is a great effect.
It just goes. It's just open footage of his kids shouting in Portuguese really loudly. And that's their dog that they take to space with their dogs out there. But like their housing is so dodgy looking.
Yeah, it's filthy.
Yeah, it's like they live in like the projects of Brazil, which has to be like the projects of projects.
Oh, these effects are pretty good though.
Or whatever, stole it from YouTube.
Yeah, it's all just stock footage.
Yeah, but then you'll see random scenes with adults, and they're all actors that are friends of his. And at the end, he like shows clips of his comic books to show you like what it was sort of based on, this like extended universe of superhero characters that he I love their weird helmets.
What? All right. Nice big chess set. Oh, and of course the Statue of Liberty.
This is the plot point that I did get out of it though. Aliens come and they hate America loving idols that aren't them. So they send an evil energy to possess the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty becomes an evil witch who tries to destroy the Earth. And she starts attacking from America down to South America. So superheroes from around the world have to gather together to fight the evil witch Liberty.
Perfect.
What's going on? Oh yeah, this is the evil witch Liberty creating demon monsters.
Whoa.
And this is the dad. That's Luciano. At one point, he has to be sacrificed like Jesus to the demons to save the children.
Huh.
At least that's what I got out of it. I wasn't 100% sure.
That looks great. Well, I'll be showing up early. Oh, and this is the comic book, I take it?
Yeah.
That's his comic?
Yeah.
Like he drew that? Wrote it?
Or like with his friends and that, but yeah, it's his he wrote at least.
Wow, it looked phenomenal. Cool.
Yeah, it did. It's not,
oh my God.
It's not some dodgy thing.
That looks so professional.
Something that he'd at least released a South American graphic novel of it. He does have it for sale on his site. I follow him on Instagram, but his Instagram doesn't talk anything about this movie or that stuff. It's just him doing weird TikTok videos, an adult man like randomly just going, "Oh, I'm making faces at these people making faces." Those like cut videos. I'm like, that's weird. That
sounds like a standard TikTok video to me.
Right. I mean, it's not usually like a guy my age with who's doing that. But
yeah.
That's why I was just like, okay, sure, let's go.
That's true. It's usually not 53-year-old men.
I'm saying 53. I don't think that guy's 53 either, mind you.
Oh.
All right, let's get back to Gilligan's Island. The reason why we invited Mike was because he has some ROMs of some classic video games, and it's a Gilligan's Island adventure game.
Let me share the screen now. So, start. So the
like,
just
is that
going to
keep playing? We're gonna go nuts.
You don't want to listen to the 8-bit Gilligan's theme over and over and over again?
I was digging the Harlem Globetrotter one. Too bad that they lost.
Now hear this, everyone.
Would you recognize who those were if you didn't know who those were?
Yeah,
you know, with Skipper being there, I think so.
Skipper's the one that I would
recognize in a
recognize.
vacuum.
Yeah. I can tell who Marianne is.
But then wait, who's Gilligan? Oh, Gilligan's not there.
No, Gilligan's next
standing
to
there, but he's not in a red shirt, which is weird. He's got the bucket hat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought it was like a.
Shut up, Gilligan.
I thought he had one of those, like barbershop quartet hats.
Oh yeah. Bafflingly, they still felt like, well, it has to be arcadey, so they added a time limit and other sort of actiony elements to it. Whereas I think if this were just something made for PC only, it might have been actually a little more fun.
You gotta punch the birds, punch the parrot.
Yeah, so look, you start with like, oh, just so hard. And Gilligan just sort of follows you and is randomly talking to you, and there was a map system.
Oh, it looks like Friday the 13th.
Yeah, it was kind of like that. It was like this really convoluted
Yeah, it does look like that.
Game split into various chapters, and episodes rather. Each episode was supposed to sort of mimic something from a specific show. And so you're basically exploring this non-linear play space and encountering various hazards that are just there to sort of take your life away and mess you up. And
maybe it's
Gilligan
totally
just kind of
Friday the
follows
13th.
on his
Eventually,
own.
Ginger will show up and kill you.
Yeah. Isn't this beautiful scenery, Skipper? Just
Oh,
lovely.
watch out for the cheetah. Punch that cheetah. Punch him.
The punch doesn't do anything at all. It's infuriating.
I'm really glad that you practiced before you played.
Yeah, it was kind of a disaster last time.
I don't know. How could you get good at this? I don't know.
No, that's true.
Banana,
You can't get good at any of these.
So
I'm just
is
replacing
Gilligan
my
just
health.
following you? Is that what's happening?
So Gilligan follows you, but you're also
Don't you have to-
supposed to not lose Gilligan. And I was reading today, I looked on GameFAQs to just try and find just various mechanics I might have forgotten. And so each episode gives you 10 minutes to finish the episode, but if you lose Gilligan, it starts a separate Gilligan timer where you have 2 minutes to get Gilligan back.
Oh.
And that could actually be a good thing. You can use that to cheese the game and give yourself an extra 2 minutes per chapter.
Okay.
I got a really bad feeling.
I got a really bad feeling about this.
So, can I actually...
Uh-oh.
Jump.
I'm trying to hit every... Okay.
Oh, well, if you can go back, you should be able to do it the other way. Yeah, there you go. You just gotta really push.
Or climb on Gilligan's head.
Come on, little buddy.
So, a lot of the exploration, and I think it was randomized, because last time when we checked out the map, Morgan, it already marked a bunch of the other characters.
Yeah.
So this was almost kind of like a mini-gamey kind of thing, where each time you play it, it might be kind of different. And it would generate a map, but generate
watch out for the monkeys.
A bunch of conditions to like...
No.
Oh, no. Wait, what?
I like that it rushed you down through something else.
Yeah. So, I'm close to
you want to
H,
go...
which must be one of the howls or something.
Yeah, you want to go... What?
So...
I guess H would stand for howl.
Oh, so here's the howls. And what do they say?
Obviously not doing anything.
Whoa! Howl. If anybody finds my ring, I'll give them a jar of Russia's finest caviar. I got it the way any capitalist would. I won it in a friendly poker game.
Beautiful.
Bless them.
Lovey. The bird took the ring to its nest in the tree.
That is an episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where they think someone's stealing from each other, but it's a bird that's stealing from all of them.
Yeah, every plot beat in this apparently was like lifted from episodes, except for the final boss of the game is a giant skeleton.
Yeah, I don't remember that episode at all.
I'm
kind of afraid at some point there's going to be like really bad stereotypical headhunter appearing in it or something.
I would not be surprised. So let's see what's over here. No,
you gotta
I went
go
through
find
there already.
You gotta go find the.
I'm gonna try going like up into the extreme right over there and see what's there.
So extreme.
Extreme with a capital X. So
is that hurting you to trip on those?
Oh. Oh yeah, here we go.
Oh, there's another rope.
No!
So okay, lost
no.
Gilligan. So the timer has switched to a 2-minute timer where you have to find Gilligan in some sort of chasm or other place. Although I was just reading today that if you use a rope, it just brings back Gilligan right away from wherever he is. As if it's like a magical lasso that just recovers him from the void.
You did practice. Look at you. I got a really bad feeling about this.
Oh, hey, is that Schmebulok? Oh, look at that. Schmebulok.
Imagine falling in love with a guy who's just 7 gnomes in a trench coat.
Yeah.
Get that rope.
Hey,
here we go.
Okay.
He's going to climb up.
Is he getting the ring? So that was the
think
thing.
so.
Like Gilligan was basically needed to solve certain puzzles and story beats. I found
Found
the
the
ring.
ring.
There's all kinds of things up here. The Howls sure are rich. Gilligan, if you don't come down right away, the Howls will think I took the ring. I don't know why they would.
Because that was an element of the episode that everyone was blaming each other because they thought Gilligan was taking stuff in his sleep, but it was a bird.
Isn't this beautiful scenery, Skipper?
Which is so weird. I can't remember an episode of Gilligan, and now that's just coming back to me. I was like, oh my god.
Do you remember the spider episode?
Don't think so.
There's an episode with a spider that looked like just a giant, like burlap sack full of, you know, like I don't know, severed Aaron pieces or something. Like I'm just trying to think of something that would go in a burlap sack. But
it's just like a giant spider, like the kind that would like attack a barbarian movie.
Something like that. Now, why did
Hi, cat.
Aw, hey, kitty. Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
It's always snakes.
There's so many things that.
Well, you want to get the ring back to the
here. Yeah,
owls.
so I gotta go up.
Yeah, you gotta go up here.
Gilligan's so far away from you too.
And I have very little time, and the Gilligan timer is.
There you go. Oh, you're doing it. You're doing it. Come on, Gilligan, what are you doing?
I'm messing around.
And
watch out for the cheetah.
Gilligan's gone again.
Well, you could just rope him back.
Yeah.
Well, you
I
give
think
him the
I have
ring.
to
As
do
long as the
that.
cheetah
Yes,
doesn't
actually,
kill you.
Gilligan, I think, like has to be with you when you were talking to people. Like to
Okay,
progress
so
the story.
then bring him back now.
So part of this was like some weird Gilligan management sim. So I'll bring him back now. And then
I guess find the ring.
do I have to use the ring or just talk
Yeah, I
to
think
them?
use the ring.
Yes, I do.
Use ring. Oh, there it is. It says it next to map. Now press inwards.
It won't let me go over the ring, though, so...
Oh, no.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Here's a jar of Howl's finest caviar. There is some disturbance over the professor's way. Whatever on earth happened.
His way.
I heard a ghastly sound over by the professor. Huh.
He just ate the last can of beans.
Yeah. Gilligan. Oops. So.
Now what do you do?
So now we would have to find out wherever the professor is, and he's probably in kind of that left middle area. I mean, we could also just call it quits here.
Yeah, I think we
we've seen
successfully
enough.
completed a part of that.
And heard enough. Let's just let this leopard thing, like,
Yeah, just let
eat
him
me
kill
and
you.
Oh, they
Gilligan.
just
We'd be
jumped. They
doing them a
committed
favor.
suicide. Yeah, let's see what happens if did they drown?
Actually, yeah. Oh, you can't actually drown. I got a really bad feeling. Skipper, me too. I think I have to find
There
out.
we
Here's
go.
some more.
There's a cheetah to kill you. Oh,
Wait,
they
so
keep
the cheetahs are just...
useless.
Yeah.
This is what
Oh,
happened
these
to all
things,
the
though.
men, too.
Can I just jump on these? There we go.
Man,
Almost
I like
gone.
how he turns into a baby. Perfect.
Mhm.
All right. Well, before we get to the Globetrotters joining Gilligan on his islands, I wanted to discuss and show you a clip from another Sherwood Shwartz, not this time, not a successful show, but somewhat in the same vein as Gilligan's Island and the concept of being stranded. I don't know if you've ever...
Wait, did he make Lost?
I don't know if you've ever heard of this show, but it is something else.
Camera? Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's being like lost in time?
It's about time.
It's about time. It's about
It's
place.
about space. It's about people in a stranger place. It's about time. It's about wine.
We're
It's
gonna get to
all
the
a bit
theme song,
about
Mike. Don't worry.
It's just a coffee grinder. That Dick Van Dyke?
So this is from 1966. This lasted for one season of 26 episodes.
What a great time when you could get. You didn't know if it was any good, but they would still greenlight you for 20 episodes.
Well, yeah, of course. 26 episodes was probably a short order back then, considering that like some shows had 30 and 40 episode seasons, which is crazy.
The Odd Couple go to the planet of the apes. That's what this is, the comedy Planet of the Apes.
It is definitely comedy Planet of the Apes, yeah. Well, there's no apes though.
I like how their visors are already open before they scan the atmosphere.
Yeah, they're not concerned.
Wherever we are, this place has the same gravity as Earth.
That's how you prove it. You test the gravity by doing this.
Let's look around. And let's not get separated. I want to stick to you like an extra layer of skin.
Oh, man, I guess things got a little wild there on their journey.
These two remind me of the fake Dean Martin and
Jerry Lewis.
Jerry Lewis, yeah.
Oh, the Sammy Petrillo and Duke Mitchell?
Yeah.
Yeah. It also reminds me of that Twilight Zone, two astronauts who find the miniature civilization.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And one becomes a god.
I don't believe it.
So that's right. They're sent back to caveman times.
Is that what the plot of that new big budget movie 65 is?
I don't know. Is there a caveman movie?
Yeah, Adam Driver. It's called. It says man first discovered Earth 65 million years ago, and it's him in a spaceship landing, and there's like, no dinosaurs.
Oh, that's
no, that's not a time travel movie. It's the premise is that like he's an ancient astronaut,
right?
And he's.
All right, so here's the theme song.
It's about space, about two men in the strangest place. It's about time, it's about flight, traveling faster than the speed of light. Here is their tale of the brave crew. As through the barrier of time they flew, past the fighting Minutemen.
Here's something you'll really like.
Scenes that never appear in the show.
Yeah, right.
This show is just such cheap garbage. Like this intro purports it to be something that might actually explore different time periods.
No,
but
it's just a comedy with a caveman family.
Yeah,
and two stranded astronauts. But then by halfway through the season,
he's our man.
they take them back to like modern times.
So then it's kind of like Planet of the Apes 1 and 3.
Exactly.
In one movie.
Exactly like that. So there you go. That is the intro to It's About Time, the failed Sherwood Shwartz show. I mean, he was pretty successful. He had with the Brady Bunch. He had obviously Gilligan's Island.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those are two pillars of sitcoms from that time period.
What was that caveman show that was based off advertising? Like
yeah, with Nick Kroll.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you meant the Geico Cavemen, like the modern.
It was based off.
It was
they made a
their
show.
own sitcom. Yeah.
Wait, they turned that into a show?
We're really not that different from you. Just a little better looking.
Now that I think about it, why were cavemen so big in like the 80s, 90s? Is it because they're like a public domain thing nobody owns? Like you think about Captain Caveman, you think about BC, the comic strip that also had TV specials. There were so many cavemen in video games, like the Bonk series, the Joe and Max series. Like, why is there...
Cavemen were just big.
Yeah.
People wanted to go back to a simpler time.
But I can't think of a
cavemen
caveman
ruled the world.
piece of media of the last, like this millennium. Can you?
No.
Well, it's because the Flintstones never ended. So the Flintstones were always slightly relevant.
That's
and
true.
If it was a chance to possibly have dinosaurs, kids will always love dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's
Well-
and again, like you said as well, because when the Jurassic Park movement happened, everything was dinosaurs, and everything started to use the word Jurassic. They were just because you couldn't, as long as they didn't say Jurassic Park. So there were lots of things that were crossed in with it, but there were lots of other things that were just Jurassic Flakes or Jurassic.
Yeah.
And like
Amityville, Jurassic.
Well, of
Jurassic
course.
I'll get right on that. I'll be right back.
Jurassic cocaine, of course. Thank you, Mike, for joining. Thank you, of course, Adam, for joining. That was a lot of fun. And I think that it's about time we get to the Harlem Globetrotters on Gilligan's Island. So stick around for that.
See what we did there.
And we'll see you again next time. Have a great night, everybody.
Spin something on my finger.
Beautiful. What a way to go.
I'll go play with the Washington guys.
Bye, Mike.
Bye.